Will you let go of the anger, the bitterness, the resentment, and give your enemy food when he's hungry? When you're merciful, you're not lessening what they did. They may have hurt you. It wasn't right. You're not excusing their actions. But when you're the bigger person, when you're kind, even though they don't deserve it, not only does that have a great impact on them, but that frees you to go to a higher level.
I've always known this, but somebody told me something one time about forgiveness. Forgiveness is not for you. Forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is you. See, your unwillingness to forgive another person is like you sipping the poison, waiting on them to die.
You're still alive, you're still on this earth, even though it's been challenging and rough. And sometimes you get discouraged and uninspired to keep going. God has a plan. You will grow through what you go through. Everything that you're going through, at some point, it makes no sense to you right now. But at some point, God is going to reveal to you why all of these issues, challenges, and problems continue to show up, and what you were supposed to learn from it. You will grow through what you go through.
You can't sip the poison of unforgiveness and expect them to die. Forgiveness is something else. You can't drive your car looking in the rearview mirror. You can't. If you keep looking in the rearview mirror, you're going to keep crashing your car. There's a reason why the rearview mirror is this big and the windshield is this big. That's a reason for it. Because all the rearview mirror does is allows you to see what you passed and to prevent what you passed from coming up on you again. That's all the rearview mirror is for. The windshield is your future. It's where you're going. It's where you're headed. I hope you all picked up this today. And think about that, how that affects your life. If you got someone who you feel has wronged you and you carrying that, that's like a cancer. And all it's doing is eating away at you. Do you know how many people I've had to forgive that have never asked me for forgiveness? You know how many people I just let go so I could just go where God had for me? Because I just ain't have no more time to spend no more time thinking about that.
A lot of people would say, I love myself. Do you really love yourself? Are the things that you're doing, the people that you're hanging out with, and the places and the circles that you're traveling in, does that reflect a person that actually loves themselves? If you love yourself, why would you fuck with those type of people? You know what they're saying about you behind your back. You know they're jealous and envious of who you are and the things that you got going on in your life and your career. You know that they don't like you. And they've made it clear. They've sent you every sign imaginable that they could possibly send you. And because you're so desperate to have people around you and in your life, you continue to go back. You continue to show up to everything they invite you to, knowing what they're saying about you. I'm not preaching separatism. I want a bunch of people to just be alone at home doing nothing, with no friends, no family, and nothing to do. I'm saying that at this point, you are old enough and mature enough to understand the difference in good people and bad people. And when you're hanging out with negative, dark, and dysfunctional people, you cannot expect yourself to go to sleep at night and rest. You cannot expect yourself to feel good about your day when you're including negative and dysfunctional people in your day. So what you grew up with? So what their childhood friends? So what their family? We have a responsibility to walk in the direction of peace. I want to laugh. I want to smile. I want to enjoy myself. I actually want to feel good about the people that are around me.
If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving.
A lot of people are looking at this the wrong way. There is a blessing in everything. Behind every moment of adversity in your life, there is a blessing and a lesson. Every moment of adversity has those two things. Pain always leaves a gift. Always. It's not going to change for you. It's COVID for everybody. Say just you. Your world 42 ain't finna crumble because you got to change your career. You have to change your career. You just said it in the question. Maybe it was time for you to move on. Somebody sent me a plaque one day that said, don't worry about the people that God has removed from your life. He saw things you didn't see. He heard conversations you couldn't hear. And he made moves you wouldn't make. And that's it. So when COVID happens, people get, oh, this door closed, my business closed, my job closed. When a door gets shut, all you got to do is walk up the hall. It's more doors. This is God. God he's everything, man. He got everything. You ain't got to worry about because your company closed. This ain't the only company. Could it be that he's setting you up for an upward move? But now if you're going to stay there and cry, see, here go the problem with them. Okay, they close your company. You stand at the door, open the door, open the door. The company's closed. You got to open back up, get some more investors, open your company. Could it be that all he wants you to do is go, wow, it's been great, been some years, walk up the hall? Could it be that there's a different door that he wants you to go through that was better than the door that got shut in your face? It's really, you have to live your life in the expectation of wonderful things happening. God is a merciful God. He didn't bring you this far to leave you. He didn't set you up to fail. You're tripping. You're tripping, man. He only wants to progress his children. That's all he wants to do. Even if you're wrong, he forgives us. Just keep moving, man. It ain't nothing. This thing right here, really, man, you got to look. So many good things have happened to me. Now, look, I also had some painful moments in this like you. But, hey, I look for the bright side, man. I expect something good to happen. I'm back at work. I don't know what he was doing, but he'd have made a move for me because I ask him to all the time. And then I just sit in expectation and wait and see what he got for me because he got something for me. Somebody asked me a question the other day. If you could go back to any period in your life, what period would you go back to? I ain't ever had it this good. This is the best my life ever been. You gotta be nuts. Man, you wouldn't want to be 25 again? Are you kidding me? The 25-year-old dude that was me? I'm so glad that idiot is gone. No. 63 years old, man. It's the best my life ever been. You know what I'm saying? But that's the scripture, though. If you honor me, your latter days will be greater. So all I do, I just honor him, and he gonna keep shining on me. I got it figured out. I ain't even worried. 2020 was a rough year. Another kid said, 2020, man, it's got to be the roughest year of our lives. I got news for you. This ain't even close. This ain't even close to the roughest year of my life, partner. I got some years. He said, you've had a worse year than this? Then he started naming all the stuff. Kobe Bryant died. Hold up, dog, my mama died. You was hurt when Kobe died. Dog, my mama left this earth. I like Kobe. We was boys. It was huge. But that wasn't bigger than my mama dying, though. Shit, let me tell you something, boy. I thought they was going to have to take me up out of here, boy, when that girl left. Because I was mad. Doctor said, I don't think your mother's gonna make it. I said, well, cool, you ain't either. That was my first reaction. Your mama ain't gonna make it. You ain't either. That's the dude I was at 40. My mama ain't gonna make it. I tell you what, why you in here talking to me? You better get in there and get to doing something, because if she don't make it, you ain't either. And me and my brothers was dead serious. They was dead serious. We gonna kill him. Our stupid ass went, yeah. My oldest brother said, we gonna kill him. Me and my brother said, yeah. My father came in there and said, y'all ain't got nothing to do with this. That's my wife. I ain't gonna kill him. What you gonna kill him for? That's a crazy conversation, ain't it? Well, God changed people, so sure glad he changed me. All right, come on.
You see, it's not what happens that determines the quality or the quantity of your life. It's not what happens. And the reason is because what happens to about everybody. The sun went down on all of us last night. A common event. And I found out the same things can happen to two different people, but one gets rich and the other stays poor. Why is that? It's because it's not what happens, but rather it's what you do about it. That is an important phrase for your written and mental notes. It's not what happens. It's what you do that makes the difference in how your life works out. What happens is about the same for everybody. It's what people do that makes the difference. Anything can happen, right? I've heard all of the stories. Hey, I've been one of the stories. We could all tell stories for days on end. Anything can happen. Have you heard of Murphy's Laws? Surely you have. Murph had these laws. One of the laws was, if anything can go wrong, it will. That's one of Murphy's laws. Anything can happen.
People succeed, some people do, some people don't. And I think it more comes down to how do we manage our mind and how do we manage our days? And I think that there's a difference between successful people and unsuccessful people in the way they particularly think about approaching something new. You know, I think unsuccessful people, when they have a big dream and they start thinking about what's going to be required to accomplish that dream, they get very limiting in their beliefs about themselves and what's possible. And specifically, they say three types of things. You know, the first thing they often say is, well, I don't know how to do that. So they stop. And they say, I don't have those things. So they stop. Or they say, I don't know, I'm not like those people. I'm not like that. And so they stop. But successful people have a different way. They have the same thing. Everybody dreams. You dream, I dream, successful people dream, people just starting out. Everybody dreams. Everyone has a vision. Everyone, if they could just take 5 minutes today and think about their lives, we could all come up with ways to improve our lives and reach another level of success, joy, happiness, achievement, contribution, fulfillment, soul. We can all elevate. But the challenge is that the unsuccessful people, they keep stopping when they think of what they currently know, have, or are. But successful people say, well, I want to do that, but I don't know how to do that. But instead of stopping, they say, well, then my job is to go learn that. They take their current limitation and they put it on their agenda as a job to do, as a thing to figure out, a thing to make happen.
My point is, the person who's worried is focusing on something different and making a different decision. They're focusing on maybe they were in an accident, maybe they were hurt, maybe they were killed. They're giving it that meaning. It freaks them out. The person who's angry, they're focusing on they didn't do it again. They don't care about me. And they make up a meaning. So whatever we focus on, we feel. Have you ever thought someone did something to you and you got so angry and maybe confronted them and then found out you were wrong? And you felt like such an idiot. Well, why were you wrong? Because when you focus on it, it feels so true to you, so you think it is true. So what decision, and the second decision, by the way, you make is, what does this mean? The minute you focus on something, you have to give it a meaning. And is this the end or is this the beginning? Is this person dissing me? Is this person ripping me up? Is this person challenging me? Is this person actually coaching me? Is this person actually loving me? If you think they're ripping you apart, you're going to respond very differently, feel different, react different than if you think they're just coaching you or loving you. And so we make these decisions about what to focus on, what things mean, And whatever meaning you give it, it's going to give you an emotion. If you think somebody's ripping you off, you're going to feel very differently than if you think they're trying to help you. And whether it's true or not doesn't matter. All that matters is what you focus on and the meaning you give it. And that'll produce an emotion. And from that, you make the third decision. What am I going to do? So if you said to me, Tony, okay, get to the point. What's the decision I need to make? Well, I'll give you one more example. If you asked me a year and a half ago, what would be the most important decision in life? I would say who you decide to love, who you decide to spend your life with, because who you spend time with is who you become. And in my case with my wife, my Bonnie Pearl, my Sage, she is somewhere around. I'm not doing this to make her feel good. She's the most important decision I ever made in that area. But today, my wife and I both agree there's a decision that's even more important than that. Because your husband or wife could die, God forbid. Or they could change their values, change their beliefs, change their life, and leave you, divorce you. So if you're going to have an extraordinary, magnificent life where you're truly fulfilled, then the most important decision to make is that you're going to no longer suffer and you're going to live in a beautiful state every day, even when things don't go your way.
There's another rule in my book, which is Rule 9. Assume that the person that you're listening to knows something you don't. Well, they do. The person you're listening to knows some things you don't. You can be sure of that. Now, whether or not you can get to them is a different matter. But if you do get to them, it's a real deal for you. That's why you want to listen to the other person's arguments, is because you're not everything you could be. You don't know the pathway forward with as much clarity as you could. And it's possible. This is one of the wonderful things that I've had the privilege of experiencing as a clinician. Because people, it's like I live inside a Dostoevsky novel as a clinician. People come in and they tell me about their lives, and I listen to them, and they tell me things that are just absolutely beyond belief, And I learn from my clients constantly. They're telling me honestly about their experience. They tell me things they wouldn't tell anyone else because I actually listen to them. But part of the reason I listen is because I'm desperate to listen. It's like there's a possibility I'm going to do something stupid in the next 5 years that's going to be like fatal. And there's some small possibility that if we have a decent discussion, that you'll tell me something that will eliminate some of my blindness so that I don't have to fall into that particular pit. And if you have a good sensitivity for the depth of the pit, then you're pretty bloody motivated to avoid it. And so, and that dialogue it's dialogic, it's dialogos, right? It's shared logos. It's the way that we redeem ourselves mutually moving forward.
This is the one that's important. Anything you work hard to accomplish, anything you struggle over to make it happen, anything you put a lot of effort in, I want this, I'm going to work like crazy, I'm going to get this. My first question is, why are you working so hard? And the answer is very simple. Anything you're struggling to try to accomplish, whether it's health or love, relationships, whatever it is, if you're struggling, it represents a simple fact. Your subconscious programming doesn't support that conclusion. So the fact is, what are my programs? Look at your struggle. And wherever you're struggling, the struggle is not because the universe won't provide for you. The struggle is an internal job. The struggle is you're trying to overcome previous programming that prevents you to go to that destination. So the wonderful part about this understanding is you don't have to review your life. You can look right now at this one moment, just look in your head and say, what are the things that I keep trying to get? And they seem to be elusive. I can't get them. They're always out of reach. I say, the universe is not holding back. It's your...
Whatever it is, we all have these excuses. And I call all of these things that we hang on to and use to keep ourselves from reaching these higher places in our lives, the wake. I call it the wake. And the wake is comes from a story that I heard Alan Watts tell one time, and it was a very powerful story. He said, your life is like a boat, and it's heading up the river at, say, 40 knots. All right? And as it's going, you are somehow able to metaphorically stand on the stern, the back of the boat, and look down into the water. Now, there goes your life in this direction, and you're standing here, and you're looking down into the water. And you ask yourself these three questions. The first question, what is the wake? What is it? What is this thing that you see? And the answer, the wake is the trail that is left behind. That's what it is. Nothing more, nothing less. It's the trail that is left behind. Second question to ask yourself in this little metaphor. What's driving the boat? What's making this thing go in this direction? The answer? The present moment energy that's being generated by the engine. And nothing more. That's the only thing that's making the boat go in this direction. And in this little scene, this means it's the present moment thoughts that I have and how I am using them that is making my life go in this direction, and nothing more. Because the third question is the most important and powerful question. And ever since I heard it, I've always thought about this whenever I have a tendency to look back here and blame something. Is it possible for the wake to drive the boat?
Chẳng được quên khi cơn mưa đêm lại về. Em nơi quên lời thề và ta như đông chìm sâu. Không cần mơ em anh nhận màu. Em chỉ cần mơ đâu em bay. Chỉ còn là những cơn mưa vô giá. Cho bên mơ em không mơ anh. Anh một đêm mơ. Chỉ cần bên em không được cần nhớ. Và chỉ có em không còn nhớ. Và người ta bên nhau như ngã tớ. Muốn nhớ về say em chỉ có mấy em ở đây. Và anh như muốn chết đi nhưng không muốn em mãi mãi. Tình yêu làm cho ta đau đầu. Không em như nằm mơ mộng. Anh như đêm mong cầu. Và mưa bên em ngủ sầu. Chào các bạn mai để mà mơ. Chỉ có bên em nhưng là khó mơ. Mà đang dài em muốn bên ai. Anh không mong gì hơn. Chỉ mong em sẽ ở đây ôm anh thật gần. Anh chỉ mong đôi ta được có nhau. Mà đừng em đâu anh có em. Muốn ở bên anh có em. Ta sẽ trao nhau môi hôn thật sâu. Ôm anh.
Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Fuck me, I'm looking in the mirror. So foggy, but I've never seen clearer. I don't really think anyone can save me. And honestly, I'm not really sure I want saving. I like to be my own worst enemy. There's no risk if you don't try at anything. So I'ma just keep buying everything. See you in the next life, have to be a better me. I don't think that my head's on straight. Gotta flip it and grip it and go and get an x-ray. What's wrong with me? I just feel weight pushing on my chest and it squeezes till I suffocate. Better change my mindset, meditate. It's pretty cool that I'm alive and have better days. I could walk, see, hear, I should celebrate. Think I could change my mind, maybe elevate. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days. I'm kinda stuck between a rock and a hard place. Do I work hard or live at my pace? You're only young once, yeah that's all great. But I also want a future where I'm okay. Living life is doing lots of cocaine. Wait no, it's living with no shame. Wait no, it's sleeping in on Sundays. I guess it's different for each of us and that's okay. Well I just wanna be happy. How to get there? Glad that you asked me. I think it's different for everyone. Some of us need work, others need fun. Some of us need purpose to overcome. But try to do what you love when it's said and done, cause there's so many differences in each of us. Trust your gut, it can show you what you want. Living life, every day, late at night, not okay. All I want, and I pray, all I need are some better days. some sort of pain. You caused a permanent stain, which has determined your fate. I've never never seen so clear. I feel the end and it's near. The day of reckoning's here. The sound of deafening fear.